Greetings folks, Chris here, and welcome to yet another on Twin Proper's Citizen Carry channel. And folks, what is Chris bringing you today? Probably a bunch of bull. No, just one bull, the Taurus TX22. So folks, here it is. It's the Taurus TX22. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to getting this. Now, why did I get the Taurus TX22? Well, I'll show you why. 16 rounds of 22 long rifle. You can count them. They're all there. 16 rounds of 22 long rifle. Which gun manufacturer seems to have surpassed, dependably, the 10-round plateau that even Glock can't seem to surpass? Taurus. How about that? Who's got the big schwanz now? Okay, so Taurus has reliably, and I've been watching other people's reviews from some very reputable people, and they're impressed with the magazines that hold 16 rounds of 22 long rifle, and it's been dependable. Now, I have not shot this one. I'm not saying that this particular Taurus is going to be dependable, but I noticed from other people's reviews that Taurus has actually hit it out of the park with these magazines holding 16 rounds of 22. That is a big deal. Now, I don't plan to talk all night about the 16 rounds of 22, but that is indeed, and you got to admit it, that is something else. And of course, I'm not going to be able to shoot this thing right away because I'm a city boy, you see, and we're right in the middle of this coronavirus thing, and I don't have an outdoor range. I don't have loads and loads of property. I don't have a Hickok 45 compound or a desert. So I've basically got to wait until I can get to a gun range or to some place that is actually going to let me shoot. Dragola. So I've got to sit here and look at this thing, along with even still right now my Walther CCP, which I haven't shot yet, and I've got to wait until I can actually shoot these firearms. But I'm excited to get this thing shooting because I wanted a handgun that was going to have a higher capacity of 22 long rifle. I've always wanted that, and now I have it. And when I finally do shoot this, I'm going to be shooting all of them. Basically, I'm going to be shooting the Winchester hollow points here, the standard velocity CCIs, and looky here, we got Federal's auto match target grades, and we've got the high velocity Remington golden bullets here, we've got the HV matches right here, and we've got the Remington Thunderbolts. So I'm going to be shooting loads of ammo through this thing, and hopefully I'm going to be shooting them trouble-free. And now the next question you might be asking is, a Taurus? Well, look, I never had anything against Taurus. And if you guys notice, this is the first time I've had a Taurus reviewed on the Citizen Carry channel or the Twin Proper channel. This is the first reviewed Taurus. Even though I've had a Taurus before, I've had the Taurus PT709. It's not necessarily that I have anything against Taurus. I just haven't liked most of the designs that they've come out with. And I really do like this one too, along with its other features, which we will be discussing herein. I did have some flirtings with the PT738. I was going to get that for my Pocket 380. And I did raise my brow a couple times at their PT92, the one that looks like the Beretta 92 or the 92 full size. But this is the first Taurus that I have gotten actually since the PT709. Let's get a good close look at it, by the way. You can see the TX there, and you can see that the slide has some good cuts, some front serrations right here, and this is an easy racker, right? This is an easy racker. It's a very light slide, and we'll be looking at that here when we take it down. Side ejection right here. So this ejects out the side, unlike a lot of 22s, which eject out the top. This is a side ejector, so the ergonomics of this handgun, the grip, feels really good. It feels like a full-size handgun, and that's another thing that I'm going to like about this. It's another thing that I suspected I would like about it, is that it is going to feel like a full-size handgun, and it is only 17 ounces unloaded. Now, it's 17 ounces unloaded, even though it's as big as, or just about as big as, the CZ P10C. So here we got the CZ P10C right here, and you can see it's a little bit longer than the Taurus, right? CZ. but it's a little bit shorter than the Taurus in the grip. Now, I'm not going to be pitching a bitch about anything like that, about size or anything, because, folks, this is a 22 long rifle pistol. It's a low-cost pistol. I'm not going to bitch about much of anything. So it's right about the same size as the CZP-10C, but what makes it so much lighter is that the slide is made of aluminum, because the spring is a very light spring. The tension on the spring is very light. And there's the opening, that very small 22 long rifle opening. And here's the guide rod right here. And another interesting thing about this handgun, which you're going to see when we take it down too, is this is a stationary barrel. So during operation, when this thing is in operation, the barrel doesn't move. So it's just like a blowback operated pistol, but it's striker fired. How cool is that? So Taurus seemed to have done a few unusual off the mainstream kind of things with this handgun. And that was yet more that attracted me to it. And I hope this thing shoots as well for me as it has for other people. I am praying that it does. And so again, ergonomically, this fits in your hand very well. This feels so good. I can't wait to shoot this thing. And another good touch from Taurus is the fact that it comes with two 16-round magazines. Thank you, Taurus. And I ordered another one, so there's going to be 3. And what is this? Another thing. Well, you see threads right here. So yes, as you can see right here, if you take off this thread protector and you put this on, which means you'll be able to attach suppressors and other such things on the end of your handgun, because Taurus included this. So see, this is yet more of the included features with the Taurus TX22 that not a lot of other handgun manufacturers are doing right now. Now, I'm not going to be using the threads or anything like that anytime soon, because I'm not going to be getting any suppressors or anything like that anytime soon. Just not interested. But it's nice to know that at least that's there with this handgun, don't you think? Look at it. Let's get up really close. There's that ultralight slide and everything. And again, this, like I told you earlier, this is a stationary barrel. So this is basically a blowback operated striker fired 22 long rifle handgun. Now, how is that so? And you're especially going to ask, how is that so when I take this down for you? So let's go ahead and take it down. Get rid of the magazine. And yes, of course, folks, the gun's not loaded. I never have loaded guns on the table. So let's go ahead and test the trigger. We may as well while we've got it in this condition. So the trigger pull comes right here to its wall, and it doesn't go any further. And you can see it kind of pivots like this. See how it's kind of on a pin, the way it moves? And it stops nowhere else to go but right there. Did you see that trigger travel? You probably didn't see very much, because there really is not very much. And the reset. Very quick. Don't shoot the rimfire. People are freaking out right now, but this is my gun, so save your breath. And good reset. And that trigger pull. So it's a pretty impressive trigger pull. They say it's about 4.5 pounds. I firmly believe that. It does not feel very heavy. Let's go ahead and take it apart. Now, this is the first time I'm taking this apart though. So let's go ahead and do this together. The trigger is pulled. They recommend you pull the trigger. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this back, and you can see these levers right here. Right there. And then again on this side, there's the lever here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this back, flip those levers, and oh, it did. It came off really easy. Wow, that was really easy. This is the first time I'm doing this. And this takes apart just like a striker-fired handgun. Here's the spring and guide rod. Single flat spring, but it's a very light spring. It doesn't need to be a heavy spring with such a light slide. Here's the barrel. Let's get a good look at the barrel. Look at that small, cute little 22 long rifle opening. And this slide right here, as you can see, it's made pretty nicely. It's aluminum. But another good touch that Taurus did do with this handgun is they put a steel insert in here to reduce the wear on the aluminum while this handgun cycles. This is to reduce wear, because these are steel parts here. and these are aluminum parts here, so it's not grinding on aluminum. Good engineering. But this slide is very light. I mean, it's probably 4 ounces. It's not a very heavy slide at all. And this is the frame. And you can see when you pull the levers that that thing rises and lowers, rises and lowers. See that? That's supposed to be where the barrel slides in. So I'll pull these levers back. I'll slide this barrel on, and then it should click into place here. There it goes. Wow, just like they showed me. And here it is. Now it looks like your blowback operated pistol. The barrel is stationary. And this is a striker fired handgun. So there it is. That doesn't move. It doesn't go up and down, front to back. It's got a very light flat wound spring right here. And that's why it's so easy to rack too, and a very light slide. So you won't need a very heavy slide. Now the bad thing about that is that a lot of people are going to be like, well, that feels like a cheap handgun. It feels like an airsoft handgun. I did hear one person say it feels like an airsoft. It feels like a toy. It's not a heavy handgun, and I don't believe that it's designed to be. So let's go ahead and put this guide rod and spring back into place. A little bit of tension here. And bingo, it's there where it's supposed to be. Now, let's see if I can remember. You guys are coming along with this. I'm going from just memory here. So, put the slide on and... Oh, there it was. Did I do it right? I sure did. And function check. And... disco. Very good trigger, and yes, this does take down similar. A little bit different, a little bit trickier than standard striker-fired handguns, but still not bad. Still not bad. There's no tools involved or anything like that, so thank heavens. Now, the safety on this handgun, as you can see, is ambidextrous. It's on both sides, but the mag release, slide release is only on this side for right-handed people, so it's on the left side of the handgun. You might want to take that into consideration if you're a southpaw. Safety is firm. All right. Now, it's going to be hard to one-knuckle it the way a lot of people do, but it can be done. I don't plan to use the safety, but that's just one thing for you to consider. And I do believe that the mag release can be switched over to the other side. So here's the mag release here. The magazine does drop decisively from the handgun. That's pretty good. That's what we're looking for. Its sights are just standard, regular old white 3-dot sights. And it's a pretty good sight picture. Now here on this camera, it's going to look different to you than it would be if you were holding it and holding the gun up yourself and looking through the sights. There's a lot less gas between these sights than the camera is going to afford for this angle, but the sights are pretty good. Just regular 3-dot white sights. It holds 16 rounds of 22 long rifle. Let's go ahead and load them up and see what it looks like here. All right. Now the magazine comes with assist tabs, as you can see, just like a lot of other 22 magazines on the left and right sides of the magazine. But what else did Taurus include in the box? You guessed it, a mag loader. Let's see if it works. All right. Oh, like a charm. Push the cartridge back. Just slide it into position. So here it is, all 16 rounds loaded in the magazine. Taurus be breaking down barriers. And folks, I appreciate you watching. This is the Taurus TX, that stands for Texas, 22. And folks, I'm not going to be able to get this thing to the range or shooting it right away, but when I do, so that's 6 types of ammo I will be testing through this handgun. Now, according to other people that have been shooting this handgun and have reviewed this handgun, this eats up pretty much everything. Except for, I do believe that this thing had trouble with, I believe, subsonic or lower velocity 22 long rifle ammunition. I look forward to shooting this thing. Boy, I sure wish I had a big old compound or a desert in my backyard, but I just don't have that. But it does bring me great pleasure, and I appreciate you watching this video anyway. And I'm Chris. My email address is scrolling across the bottom of the screen as we speak right now. That's tooimproper@gmail.com. write and I will answer you, provided you're going to be polite about whatever it is you have to say, and that includes in the comment section, and if I've got the time. Folks, thanks for watching. God bless America, and keep on protecting your families, yourself, your country, its flag, and its honor. It's the patriotic thing to do, and it's the right thing to do.